Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ready for another Christmas card? Today I'm featuring the Christmas Eve stamp set by Hello Bluebird. It's one that has been released I think last year, but due to being pregnant, having a baby that doesn't sleep during the day, it has been really hard to use all of my stamp set that I purchased while being pregnant and so on and so on. So today I'm changing that using this Christmas Eve. I love it by Hello Bluebird. Also, as you can see, I haven't had the time yet to organize all of my stamps, which is a bit rubbish for my videos, I think personally. But how else will I be able to feature all of my inspiration to you? I have tons of ideas, I just lack the time, and I'm hoping to be able to share some more Christmas cards with you this year if I get to creating them, and then of course editing, blog posts, and so on and so on. It takes a bit of time, but I promise there will be inspiration coming, and if I don't get to it this year, it will be next year, and otherwise it will be the year after. Really, I need to find some more time. I also, just until now, I haven't really taken much days off since I started working again, and so there are some days saved up, but I just have no clue yet when I will take them. And I somehow I want to have like a holiday with my or a vacation with my family, with my daughter as well, but well, she's going to daycare each day, and well, I work full-time, my husband is working full-time, um, so there aren't many days except for the periods that daycare is closed to really have a big vacation, and that's well, during kind of a busy period for my husband. So when will we have vacation together? I have no clue, but I want to save up my days for that. And on the other hand, I really want to create cards and share with you. So it's a bit of a struggle trying to find like the balance in between everything. That being said, this card really simple. It's a tiny scenery, but you will see, or you saw in the beginning, it's a really simple card. You can create scene cards and keep them simple as well. So call it clean and simple scene. I have no clue. It rhymes, so maybe it works. I have no idea. But it's really, really simple. If you don't want to create a scene, these two images can work as I positioned them, die cut it or not, but it can work just as is on a clean and simple card as well, without scenery. It all depends on what you want to create. Now, in previous videos I used pinks, and there will be some pink Christmas cards coming still, but this one really is like all traditional. I kept the reindeer a bit, or the deer a bit light, but this Santa has like that really deep, bright red, as I imagine Christmas red to be. So it all depends. Are you more for the traditional colors or more for the non-traditional, or are you a mix of two? I have no clue. Let me know. But I really am like in different periods. It depends. Sometimes I'm really into all pastel, and other times I'm really into bright colors and vibrant and everything like that. Traditional one time non-traditional, and now I'm really in love with that pink combination that I figured out lately, and I'm really excited about it, so I'm using it all the time. If I don't know which color, I'm using that pink. So it's a bit like that for me. But again, this card really classic. There will be a dark night sky in the back of this card in tiny scenery that I will create. Yeah, let me know. What kind of card maker are you, or are you like me and you're switching it up depending on from time to time? Let me know. Okay, so here I'm just removing the boo-boos. The colorless blender, I have said it many times, it is a lifesaver. It's something that you need in your craft room. Definitely if you're working with alcohol markers, not necessarily the ones from Copics. If you're using like the other alcohol markers that are out there, I'm sure that they have a colorless blender as well. You need it. It will help you tons. If I wouldn't have had the colorless blender, I think I would have given up on Copic markers or just alcohol markers in general. It's a really specific kind of coloring in my opinion, and you need to take some time to get used to it. And once you're used to it, it's really fun, and you figure out so many possibilities. It's tons of fun. But that colorless blender saved me. It saved me. Okay, so I don't know about you, and I don't remember when I started crafting and card making and collecting my Copic markers, but more and more markers are just ruined, and I'm getting annoyed by it because it is kind of expensive, and the dream is to have like the full collection of Copic markers, of course, but that is just too expensive. So I think you can buy it piece by piece. If you have a new combination that you've loved, you can just add it to your collection if you already have a few markers of that combination. But really, I have some yellow markers. My favorite yellow marker, I think, is the yellow 15. It's one of my earliest markers that I had purchased. It's ruined. I am getting annoyed by it. I also had like a brown marker, I think the E15, also one of my first. I already bought a second one. Both are ruined. Yes, there can be a little crack maybe in the cap, maybe not, and sometimes it just gets sticky and I can clean it and it works for a day, or I can change the nib because the nib is just sticky and there is nothing wrong with the cap, and still it is dying on me, and I have a whole pile of markers that aren't working anymore that I'm trying to use throughout my videos because I don't make a card ahead of time, so I only realize it while filming. It's annoying me, and in my head I cannot get rid of those markers because I need to repurchase them before I can get rid of it, and so my desk is a mess. I don't know about you guys. Is it just the duration? Is there like after several amount of years it just stops, it's just ruined? Or is it me? I also have refills, not of everything of course, because again you need to budget a bit, but it's not because I don't refill things. um, so I'm a bit I'm a bit lost with the markers, and the ones dying on me are of course the ones that I want to use. Bizarre, but it's the case. Yeah, that being said, I'm really sorry for the nagging, but it's a bit annoying, however. So here I'm on to the final elements of the coloring, and then we will assemble this really simple card. I must admit, this video, it looks like a quick card, but tons went wrong and I had to start over with the background, and it was annoying me. Because in the end this background is really simple and I just should have thought about it from the get-go, and then everything was clean and simple and just wonderful. But I had my images, they weren't ruined, so I kept them and I just started again on the background. And now I have the most efficient way for you guys how to create this background, so well, you can profit from my learning throughout the creation of this card. Okay, so I have a panel. I die cut it A2 sized using the basic rectangles. That's just my basic rectangles that I have on hand. You use anything you have to get an A2 sized panel. If you can trim it yourself, you can trim it yourself. But I'm the worst at it. So this is a Midnight cardstock by Concord and 9. It's a really deep dark blue color and it's perfect for a night sky. I'm just adding on the top a bit of black Soot Distress ink. You can use any other black inks that you might have. I'm using the black Soot. I heat set it to create like this background that is dry, and I'm now prepping it because I'm going to white heat emboss things. Yes. I'm not really a heat embosser. Why not? Because it's just a ton of effort. I also don't have lots of options when it concerns heat embossing. I have white, I have clear, I also have black. I barely use it. And I have a few colors, but again, I barely use them. If I use some heat embossing, most of the time it's the clear one or the white one. Now, sometimes when you heat emboss and there isn't, and you haven't stamped it well, the white the white embossing powder that I'm going to use in this case will not stick. And now sometimes you have these gaps. So I tried to use this Pigment ink, Unicorn by Hero Hues, to already have white on my panel, and then it's sticky. Well, it stays wet kind of long, so I had some time to add the white embossing powder on top, and I heat set it. And this way, if there is an area without the white embossing powder, I still have that white ink that will save me. Now, after I set it aside for a bit, don't go too quickly. After setting it aside, I just got rid of all of the anti-static powder that I added beforehand. I'm adding some more snowflakes by just splattering some white gouache. And to get a tiny scene, I said it's really simple. I used the stitched Hillside borders by Fawn, which is a basic one that I have from the beginning of my card making. It's not a career, but I want to say career, so I will say it. I have it from the beginning, so nothing fancy, nothing new. It's a really old one. I added thin foam squares on top of, well, on the back of the images. I added it to the panel, and now I'm just going to add this panel to my card base. And truly, this card is finished, except that I will add some glossy accents, of course, to the lantern, you know what I mean. I'm also fixing some boo-boos with the white jelly roll pen detail, well, white jelly roll pen. I'm not adding any details. In other videos, I'm trying to add more white jelly roll pen details, but I'm not going to do it on every card. So in this case, I didn't. There were tons of white areas with the Christmas outfit, so I didn't add it. I just used it to fix some mistakes. And then the glossy accents, of course, on the lantern. And that is going to be my card for today. I really hope that you enjoyed the process, and of course that you like the end result. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!